Guys, today we start 15th August series of lectures, and under this lecture series, today we are going to have a lecture of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the former Prime Minister of India, the first Prime Minister of independent India. तो हम आज पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू पर बात करते हैं और जवाहरलाल नेहरू को इसलिए बात करते हैं कि लेक्चर सीरीज़ हमने नाम दिया है। तो पहला लेक्चर जो है पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू का 1947 में और 14 अगस्त के मिडनाइट को 14-15 के मिडनाइट को उन्होंने दिया था। दैट वाज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट लेक्चर। इट वाज अ हिस्टोरिकल वन and it moved the country once again that India got freedom. People were convinced that they are going to live in free India. So let us see the lecture itself in a few lines. Tryst with destiny. Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our place, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. This was a historical speech by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and this speech made him very famous because after a long times, say 200 years after British Raj, India was free from the clutches of British Empire. So that was a historical lecture by a historical man. Nehru ji was himself a historical man in the sense that he became the first Prime Minister of free India. And then let us see about his life. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was born on 15th November 1889 at Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh, and he was Kashmiri Pandit. He was descendant from the Kashmiri Pandit, and his father Motilal Nehru was an eminent person of that time. He was advocate at Allahabad High Court, and then so also he used to go outside. So he was very famous advocate that time, and he was rich, enough to look after his only son Jawaharlal Nehru. The mother of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was Kamala Nehru, and when he was at 13, when he was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was at the 13 साल के जब वो थे, तो he became the member of Theosophical Society. इसकी फाउंडर थी एनी बेसेंट. So he became the member of that Theosophical Society. Of course, has a comparative study of religion, believes in God and everything, but he has this society analyzes what is true in religion. So there is a no religion higher than humanity, no religion higher than truth. So Theosophical holds it, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru became the member of Theosophical Society at the age of 13. And then he wrote a book when he became say in 46-7 the book came, The Discovery of India. The Discovery of India is a very famous book by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and it is biography, biography of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, seen in view of Indian history. He himself went through the Indian history and gave his own reaction. Most of the part is the same, but this book, Discovery of India, is a book in which Pandit Nehru sees India through his own eyes and comments and praises, and sometimes he denounces. So this was a book, and he called it Discovery of India. He rediscovered India through his own eyes, and that was. And another book of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru is The Glimpses of World History. The Glimpses of World History. The Glimpses of World History. This is another book in which Pandit Nehru had his own interpretation of the history of the world and from the making of the earth. Another book was that letters of father to daughter. That became very important collection. It became the science fiction, and it was considered one of the classics in science fiction. So this is another feather in the cap by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So again we have Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Yes, and when he became Prime Minister, he was considered to be naturally a very great person, and lot of people used to look at him, and through him they wanted to see new India, a modern India, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru tried his best to create a modern India. And Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was also very popular among children. He used to go to children directly in the company, and children out of love called him Chacha Nehru, Chacha Nehru, and that is why the 14th of November is celebrated as the Children's Day, and that day is the birth anniversary of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So yes. So Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru had a tough time as the Prime Minister of India. There was nothing. India was backward in many senses, socially backward, intellectually backward, morally backward as well as. Nothing was there in India. And then Chinese war was another problem. China attacked in 62 and had a war, and then we had nothing, no arms and ammunition, no proper battalions, no regular armies. Lot of problems were there, and Pandit Nehru had to face. And then Chinese attacked India and occupied many land, many pieces of land near Arunachal Pradesh. Still, it is in Chinese jurisdiction. That was one thing Pandit Nehru faced. And then Kashmir was another problem, a pool of discard. Kashmir, whether Kashmir should go to Pakistan and then Kashmir should go to India, that was a problem. And there one major problem arose in the time of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Again, just before India got freedom, then it was division between India and Pakistan. Muslim went to Islamabad, and then there was bloodshed, so many things, and ultimately Pakistan was divided and into two parts, the Purvi Pakistan and Paschim Pakistan. That one major Pakistan, and then now it is called Bangladesh, is also one time Pakistan. So Pandit Nehru faced all. Another problem Pandit Nehru was facing, that people of India were very sluggish. They were very lazy, didn't work, and Pandit Nehru had to say, "Aram haram hai." There is one slogan by Pandit Nehru, "Aram haram hai." Aram haram hai. Remove your sluggishness, laziness, and just be active and work for the sake of country, work for the development of the country. Machines, many things, new things were coming, and India is now free country, will coming to power, coming to the map of world with his own dignity, with his own past symbols and signs. So Pandit Nehru was proud of that and wanted India as a developed and modern country. Two things were there. Religion was one thing that hindered Pandit Nehru to do the so, and secularism, that India is a country of many faiths, many beliefs. It is not the country of one faith. Many people live here, Muslims, Christians, Hindus, and even other Jews were also there that time. And say Portuguese were there time, at the time of Nehru was ruling Goa. So many people were there, and Pandit Nehru had to adopt a policy which suit to everyone. And then secularism was practiced. And Pandit Nehru wanted that people should be scientific in temperament. Indian people are still now, there are very backward minded. They don't think scientifically, and that is why it has not developed so much so as it was desired. The country was not developed. We come to the another point, that Pandit Nehru had suffered this thing, and modern civilized country he wanted. Kashmir was there, and then Pandit Nehru had his personal hobbies. Pandit Nehru was very optimist. He was lover of music, poetry, dance, and philosophy. Educated man, and he was educated. He was honest graduate. Tripod, that was in Cambridge में ट्रिपॉड हुआ करता था, 3 विषय से ट्रिपॉड कहा जाता है. साइंस में ट्रिपॉड थे, ट्रिपॉड. BA ऑनर्स, BSc ऑनर्स आप कर सकते हो यहाँ की भाषा में, BSc ऑनर्स. और ऑनर्स किसका था? बॉटनी में था. पंडित नेहरू का ऑनर्स बॉटनी में. ये लिखी, ये कैम्ब्रिज से. कैम्ब्रिज के, तो कैम्ब्रिज की एक लाइफ होती है. पंडित नेहरू लिव्ड दैट लाइफ. ही वाज हिज education life and his student life was a decent, because he was the richest and noblest person of India to get education in England, especially at Cambridge University. So that was his that is another story. There he learned everything, and then Pandit Nehru loved poet Robert Frost. Robert Frost was his famous, his favorite poet, and he used to keep the lines of Robert Frost on his table, and the words were there. Woods are lovely, dark and deep. Woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. Words are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. Miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep. So this was the lines from Robert Bridges. Pandit Nehru loved Robert Bridges because Robert Bridges also was a man of optimist attitude. He used to see that there is a brighter side of humanity waiting for all of us, and we are to go and embrace that humanity. So this was all, and Pandit Nehru died in 64 of heart attack. He died in 64 of heart attack. But his life was a life of, and he had a life, an exemplary life. One could follow the life of Pandit Nehru. He is certainly one of our big national leaders. We salute him. So that's all for today, guys. Again, tomorrow I'll be coming to महात्मा गांधी. 15 अगस्त तक हम 5 नेशनल लीडर्स को one by one I will include in spoken English. So this is a special class for spoken English. Guys, continue, come and enjoy, and subscribe and comment and like. Thank you very much.